Mr. Lewis?
Mrs. Lewis?
Are we doing this?
I think we should reveal ourselves.
Even more so.
Let's give them more something to talk about.
Shall we high five to that?
Wow, look at us. Look how far we've come.
Honestly.
Even when we were sitting down at dinner earlier on, we were talking away and you was like, how long have we been together now? And
we need to reverse. We need to...
So it didn't take long for you to interrupt me then and just start backtracking, did it?
No. But who are we?
Well, I'm John.
And I'm Kate. And we are...
John and Kate.
John and Kate. Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Oh,
and how long have we been...
We'll pause this if you want. I'll go check my birth certificate.
How long have we been together?
We have been together for 19 years. Whole years.
19 whole years.
Yeah. Married for 16 and a half-ish.
Yeah. If anyone asks, I always say 17 though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to round numbers up. I don't like the halves.
Yeah. We
have 3 children.
We do.
Yes.
3 girls. There's a lot of shoes in this house, isn't there?
Yes. A lot of hormones.
A lot of hormones. None of you are in sync either, so my life is miserable.
You do go fishing a lot.
I take myself fishing. I take myself... All the guys out there are going to sympathise. Yeah, I need my time. But then at weekends, it's mayhem. The kids are always shouting at each other, arguing over who's used the last bit of toothpaste or...
Who's borrowing my clothes?
Who's borrowing your clothes, and they're always kicking off because you run out of dry shampoo.
It's always my fault.
Keep stocked up with dry shampoo is what I say. For all you dads out there with daughters, just keep them stocked up with dry shampoo and you're going to be absolutely fine. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is us.
So I guess we should give a brief description of ourselves.
Okay, you can start.
Well, I meant collectively.
Oh, okay.
You know, so as we just said, we are John and Kate, and we have decided to do this podcast for entertainment values, really.
For giggles.
For shits and giggles. We was driving home from, I don't remember what event it would have been, but we were driving home from an event that we'd been to over a weekend, and I was like, we should start a podcast. You was like, yeah, we should. And at the time we was having the room decorated, wasn't we? And we thought, what would we call it? And you were straight on ChatGPT.
Yeah, Doris, good old Doris, I love her.
Yeah, and you come up with some good ideas, didn't you? And we've settled on the name of this podcast, which is now going to be called, if you'd like to introduce it.
Between the Sheets.
Yeah, Between the Sheets. So you get to come between our sheets and find out all of the gossip, all of the good stuff that goes on in the background in our lives, because we're lifestyle advocates, like predominantly this podcast is going to be based on lifestyle stuff.
We have been married for a long time and we do have things to share. We are in a very happy non-monogamous marriage.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
And Kate's come up with an itinerary. But before we get into all of that sort of stuff...
Because
I'm not allowed to run away with our non-monogamous marriage, but before we get into all of that stuff, you want to talk about how we met, the struggles we've had in our marriage. Yeah, the struggles we've faced, how we've come out the other side of it, how we've built on that, how we've built on our relationship, and... almost like the magic formula, really, like for what brings us today.
Our magic formula, not necessarily other people's, but what works for us, definitely.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that, if more people adopted some of the advice that we're likely to give in this, and we've made mistakes along the way, let's be clear about that. We've made plenty of mistakes along the way, but how we've overcome them in the face of adversity.
Yes, and even stronger and better than we have ever been. But it's taken us a long time to get here and a long journey. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So would you like to give your version of events, how you first clapped eyes on me, before I can totally debunk it and tell everyone the truth on how we first met?
Okay. So we met in a bar. We did. We met in a bar.
I mean, that's how I met you. Sorry. Sorry. I'm going to be quiet. Yes. I'll correct all of your lies at the end.
I don't lie. I do not lie, Mr. Lewis. We met in a bar, Sauce Bar, many moons ago. And the two of us, I like to describe it as something out of a fairy tale. The two of us were either side of the bar. There was absolutely no one standing in between. Was there? There was absolutely no one. And I literally turned to my left and I just said... "You're John Allison." And then You said...
You're a fucking stalker. And I maintain that as well. I mean, that's the only part of your story that's truthful.
It's all truthful.
I mean, you need to rewind a little bit.
No, and then the rest...
It's history, so to speak.
Yeah, but we spent the rest of the night canoodling and dancing and just having lots and lots of fun. And then the next day you texted me and said you wanted to take me out for dinner, but unfortunately I wasn't available for that day. So then the next day after that, on the Sunday... You
was with your husband, wasn't you?
I wasn't with my husband. The next day you bought an Indian takeaway round, and...
All right, but I've had enough. Back up.
You never left.
I want to tell my story now because, like...
It is a fairy tale. That's how we got together.
Yeah, allegedly.
What?
I mean, I know the facts behind the background. I was going out with one of your friends at the time. My name was Kelly. Yeah, and you and Kelly used to work in the same hotel.
Are we allowed to use names?
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Sue me.
Okay.
So... You two worked in the same hotel.
But you were single when we met. You wasn't with...
I was single, yeah. You was married, I was single.
I was not married. I've never been married.
Never?
Stop.
Never been married?
Not before you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, you two worked in this hotel together.
Yes.
And I used to go in there and pick her up from work.
Yeah, I was
like
waiting
16, in the bar and I picked her up and that would be it. I never even knew you existed in this whole world, you know.
No.
And then it's true, it was April actually. I don't remember the exact date. I could find that out, but it was in April. I'd just come back from fishing from France. All my mates were going, we're going up the town, you come in, we're going to meet in the sauce bar. I was like, no worries, because it was cheap drinks in there as well. You used to buy a little card and top up a voucher, didn't you? Do you remember that?
Double your money card.
Double your money card.
Savage. You could literally put £20 on and you had 40 quid's worth of drinks.
Absolutely brilliant.
That was the rest of your night. You was gone.
Yeah, so I was at the bar, all my mates were there, but I remember I had my back to the bar and I was facing towards like where the DJ was, and I looked over and you was grinning at me.
Like a Cheshire cat.
And you was like, you're John Allison. I was like, you're a stalker. So it's worth noting at this point, a little side quest, as you would call it, is that my surname used to be Allison. When we got married, I took your surname. So I actually have a maiden name. Yes,
and I have a maiden name too.
You do?
Because I changed my name by default. So
there's a lot going on there, isn't there? There's a lot going on there. So anyway.
We both have maiden. But anyway, back to...
We've ended up with Lewis.
Yes.
Then you was like, I'm going to go down to Liquid, it would have been.
Yeah,
the
Liquid
local nightclub.
Yep.
And I was acting cool. I was like, yeah, I might see you down there. And you left. I was like, right. I was like, right, lads, drink up.
Give me your number quick enough.
I was like, right, lads, drink up. We're off. Where are we going? The Liquid, where she went. And yeah, I bumped into you on the dance floor just out of pure luck more than chance, really.
Oh yeah, of course it was, because you didn't know where I was going.
No, I had no idea who was going.
Not that you would text me at all that night.
And yeah, like you, the rest is true. Actually, the next night I did take a lamp sand around, one out to woo a girl.
Yeah, and I wanted Peshwari Nam too.
Yeah, and yeah, I never went home.
You never.
I think I moved my quad bike. I moved my quad bike into your garage rather than sitting out the front of my house and risking getting stolen. You had a garage, which I found very useful.
Yeah. So I had nothing in it, mind you. I don't know what to do with a garage, but now I do.
Yeah,
I have a lot of laundry in
I put my
garage.
quad bike in there, and I remember you was at work. And I wanted to get my quad bike out, and you said, like, you can go round to my mum and dad's if you want and get the key to the garage. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I remember when I knocked on your mum and dad's door and she opened the door, I just fell in love again. Like, your mum is just, delightful.
Can you stop now, please?
You said there's nothing off topic. So we're not allowed to talk about my crush on your mum?
No, we're not allowed to talk about my crush on my mum. No.
Your crush on your mum?
Your crush on my mum. Yeah, we're not allowed to.
And your mum was very polite, gave me the key. I got in my car and it wouldn't start. Broke down on your driveway. So I pushed it off the drive and just into one of the little car parking bays. I thought, there is no way I'm sitting your parents. Your parents are going to see me broke down on their driveway. What a first impression. My mate Rob come round and helped me get it going, and we was out of there, and I was out on my quad mucking around all day. But that's how it started, wasn't it? Do you remember what car you drove back then?
I do, a little Peugeot.
A little Peugeot 106. Blue, wasn't it? If I remember rightly. So.
I think I remembered I needed to borrow some money for some tax or something. I was like, I need to tax my car. And then you just gave me some money, and then...
Tax was cheap back then.
Tax was cheap back then.
And I was pretty sure I was going to get a bunk up as well, so...
I can't believe you just said that, but I did make you wait. I was very, very...
Yeah, you made me wait until I'd handed over the tax money. You was like, oh, come on then.
For God's sake.
The car's back on the road, just got the woods.
I can't bear this. No, we didn't. But we did used to go out. What car did you have at the time?
I had a Shogun.
You had a Shogun, and I genuinely thought it was like a Hummer. I was so young. Like I was 20. I didn't know.
It was a whirlwind, wasn't it? When you think back, like those weeks led into months that I, stayed at your place. I finally moved out of home, moved in with you. We got engaged the next year, did we? You had officially, you never left, but you had officially moved in 3 months. After that would have been like in the September.
Yeah.
Then in the January we moved into our new house.
Yeah. Found out I was pregnant.
Found out you was pregnant the same day. Well, I found out that you was pregnant the same day we moved in there. I'm pretty sure you knew before we did, but then what happened?
And then in the February we got engaged.
Valentine's Day took you to Paris, and I spoke to your mum and your auntie and said, "Oh, I'm going to take Kate to Paris." So John was absolutely so romantic back then. It was not that you're not now, because you are very romantic, but at the time. So he had arranged with my work. I worked in a hotel, and he had arranged with my work to have Valentine's off. Now, if you work in a hotel, you know that you're not allowed any time off with the special holidays. So I could not believe that I was allowed Valentine's off. So the night before we was going, John was at our house, and we had one of his guy friends round, and he handed me this envelope, and I was just absolutely flabbergasted that we was going to Paris. I had no inkling. I just thought, this is absolutely beautiful. We're going to Paris. It's going to be nice. So what did your friend jokingly say? Yeah, he said, he's obviously going to propose to you. And I was like, yeah, dickhead. Because even though he didn't know it was true and you didn't know it was true, it puts that seed in there. Anyway, we went out, didn't we? Went on the Eurostar, went to Paris, had a lovely evening meal. We got on the boat. We was going down the river, wasn't we? River
Seine. Yeah. There was, picture the scene, the most beautiful singer. We was right at the front. It was the most beautiful dinner ever. And then they said, if you go under this particular bridge, you have to make a wish. But
do you remember what the bridge was called?
Was it something like the Love Bridge?
The Bridge for Lovers.
The Bridge for Lovers. And it means if you make a wish, it'll always come true. So I then thought to myself, oh, okay, like we already knew we was pregnant. So, and I did think to myself, how cool would it be if we
I remember it being engaged? Free wine as well, actually. Just I remember, now you just said that, I remember it being free wine, and they would come over and top up both of our glasses. I'd drink mine, swap my empty for yours because you was pregnant.
Yeah.
And then I'd drink yours. I was pissed as a fart, and we was going under this bridge, and there was the violinist playing, and I was like, yeah, babe, if I'd remembered the engagement ring, I'd have probably proposed to you about now.
I cannot believe after all that planning and everything, you forgot the engagement ring.
A year later.
And then I was like, because I didn't even realise that you had actually forgot it. I was like, let's go shopping. We're in Paris. Let's go shopping for the ring. And you was just like, absolutely not. There is one at home waiting for you.
Yeah. That was a disaster. That didn't go well.
So that was the February that we got engaged in Paris. And then exactly a year, we got married.
We did. That's what happened.
Yeah. So, yes.
So Valentine's Day, top tip, get married on Valentine's Day, propose on Valentine's Day, get married on Valentine's Day. You'll never forget your anniversary. Always see reminders, Valentine's cards for sale everywhere. It's the 14th of February. You're never going to forget it. And it just makes things slightly cheaper.
Wicked. Top tip for the world, then, I guess.
Well, mainly for the guys.
For the guys. Depends who's paying, I guess.
You're only going to get in hot water if you forget your anniversary. So don't forget it by putting it on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. And we had the most beautiful wedding.
We did.
It was absolutely lovely. Mind you, we don't talk to probably 90% of the people.
No, it's weird how people drift in and out of your lives, isn't it? Like, you know, the friendship group that we had back then is certainly not the same friendship group we've got now.
No, not at all.
I can't think of how many people would still be in contact with that was at our wedding 16, 17 years ago. It's not many.
No, not at all. But that was good for back then. But now, so then we had children, more children.
Yeah, well, our daughter was born before. She was born in 2008. We got married in 2009.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes.
So pregnant in January, born in September.
Married in February.
Yes,
mind you, I did have to plan a wedding, have a baby, Christmas, plan a wedding, all in 4 months. It was 4 months. We went from looking at a venue.
Give you something to do, though, didn't it?
To booking a venue, to giving ourselves 4 months. Mind you, I am literally about to pop.
Yeah.
And then she was 4 months old when we got married.
Yep. And we was probably happy for the next 2 or 3 years, weren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then life took a bit of a turn for the worst.
Yeah, it did.
It
did.
We broke up for about 9 months, didn't we?
Yeah, we just kind of lost our way a bit.
Yeah.
I would say.
I accept a fair proportion of the blame there as well. I was very, very selfish. I was into my racing. I cancelled a couple of holidays. We were supposed to be going to Kenya that I cancelled. Then we changed that to going somewhere else, and I cancelled it because the race meetings kept getting changed. All I wanted to do was just go racing. I was focused. I was like a racehorse with blinkers on. I just wanted to do this and focus on this and winning the championship.
Yeah.
And it took its toll.
It did.
It took its toll. You was left alone a lot of the time with the children, young children at that. You know, I'd imagine that was a handful. And we just fell apart. We drifted apart.
We had no communication. We didn't talk. We lived very separate lives, I would say.
Yeah.
And it just became quite toxic, I think. I think both of us were resenting the other person. Because
resentful was the word I was just thinking. We both became very resentful.
Very resentful. And we lost our way.
Yeah.
And we thought that the best option was to fall apart and split up. And we both went completely separate ways. And then
it was only 9 months or so later on that we found ourselves back together again.
Yeah.
But we had sort of reinvented ourselves. I had realised, the mistakes I had made.
Yeah, but I was just as much a part to that as well. I had some growing up to do. I had some realisations to do. I wouldn't say that it was just necessarily your doing. It was a joint decision to split. That wasn't something that
I remember that conversation, and I almost was like, so what are we doing then? Are we breaking up? And I was waiting for you to be like, yeah, and I'll be like, no worries, see you later on, because I think we both was thinking it at the time, but it was who was going to pull the trigger on it first to confirm that was where our relationship stroke marriage was going. But
yeah, and we was 23, 24, and we thought that was the best option for us. But then 9 months later, we both realised, after setting house up separately, that actually we can't do this without each other.
And when we got back together, that just happened so naturally as well. It wasn't forced by any part. We were slowly but surely into it. We didn't move straight back in with each other, did we?
No, it took us about 3 months to decide.
We was like, is this what we want? Is this what we want? And
we started dating again, and I remember you picking me up.
We put effort in.
Yeah, and it was so lovely because we just realised that this is exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to be back together. It wasn't a case of we didn't need each other. We just wanted each other.
It was like a new honeymoon period.
Yes. Again. Oh my goodness. It was so wonderful. And then we got back together.
And then our youngest came along shortly afterwards.
And then our youngest came along shortly afterwards. And then we bought our first house.
Yeah, we did. We bought our first house.
Yes.
Yeah, blimey, I forgot about that. So that brings us up to 2015.
Yeah. It does.
It brings up to 2015. That was when we bought our first house, which was absolutely fantastic. We lived there for 4 years.
Yeah.
And then we bought the house that we're in now.
Yeah. But then in 2015, this is where it gets a little bit spicy.
It does.
And this is what we want to talk about. But we're setting the scene and letting you know who we are and being all excited about that. But yeah, when that house has all the secrets.
If the walls had ears and eyes, it could tell a few stories. Yeah.
So, yeah, and then I set up my business back in 2000 and what are we now? So 9
15
years
as well.
2000,
15 or 16?
Yeah, 15, 16. I set up my business, and then I've been working for myself since then, and I've been predominantly tattooing and stuff for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's going absolutely great. I love it.
Yeah. Topless tattooing, everyone. That's what she does. So.
I definitely don't do topless tattooing.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you tattoo topless.
Okay, it might be a little bit of a niche market that I might go down. I'm not being the topless tattooist. I'm not doing it.
I have witnesses.
So yeah, and so I've been doing that, and John loves to show me off.
I'm proud of your work. I think it's great. Although I haven't let you tattoo me yet, that's not because I don't have any faith in you or trust in you or like your work.
Yeah.
It's because I am very thorough in my thought process, and I'm not going to get a tattoo unless I decide I want it. I've rushed into decisions like that before in the past, and I've got a tattoo on my back, the same as David Beckham, to thank for that situation. So
I've got so many great stories about your David Beckham tattoo.
I never thought that thing was going to come back to haunt me, but it turns out it's haunted me a lot over the last couple of years.
Well, I didn't even know that it was the same tattoo as David Beckham until probably about 2 years
It was when we was watching the documentary. And you was like, haven't you got that too? I was like, I should probably tell you something now about this tattoo on my back. I can't,
So, yeah, the David... And then you also had a Tasmanian devil.
I did on my left arm, which I had covered up. Yeah, that was a mistake. I've made mistakes. I'm not going to make another one.
Yeah,
I'm not going
to. You were young. So, yeah, so then that brings us up to pretty much... Where are we? 2000... That was 2016, 17.
Yeah.
And then
the good bits start. Actually, when we've been talking about doing this podcast, the whole idea of it was going to be an introduction up to the point of where we become non-monogamous.
Yeah.
But I remember a time in around 2015. So I remember we was in that house, and when we'd moved, I'd found loads of boxes with old memory cards and old mobile phones and stuff. I had a BlackBerry there and an old iPhone, one of the first ones.
The Blackberries.
And I was sat at the dining room table, and I had my laptop out, and I was downloading all of the photographs and stuff and bits and pieces off of phones. And I found some old phones and stuff like that. And one of the phones, I don't remember exactly the finer details, but a conversation ensued which went something along the lines of, would you be in an open relationship? Would you want to sleep with someone else or something like that? And I remember that conversation because I think there was might have been an old mobile phone of yours, and there was some messages on there, and it was before we got together. And you was like, that was so-and-so, that was one of my ex-boyfriends. I was like, what was he like? Did you like him? Blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah, he only popped up on Facebook or something as a suggested friend request. Do you remember this?
I don't really remember. It's not something that's kind of stuck there.
And I was like, what was he like? And he was like, he was okay and stuff. And I was like, did you see yourself being with him? I was just probing for questions and stuff. And it got down the conversation of swingers. Yeah. And I was like, would you ever have a threesome or something like that? And he was like, no, I don't think so. And then he was like, well, what about you? And I was like, no, I don't think so. And at the time, I'm not sure if we meant it or not, or whether we was just fearful of hurting the other person's feelings. And I was only thinking about this a day or so ago. I wonder how many people out there have had conversations like that.
Off the cuff.
But held back.
Yeah.
And be like, no, I don't think so. Just because they don't want to risk hurting the other person's feelings.
Yes. Because it's that bit. It's that very first initial, what do you mean?
I call it breaking cover.
Yeah. But we're side questing.
Yeah. We're going too far.
Because we're excited. So
that conversation we're going to come back to in a later episode, and we'll talk about how people approach certain situations. But
yeah, no, that's good. But so that's kind of 2016, 17. So 2018. That kind of it's just been plateaued since then, hasn't it? Like, in the sense of, like, we're just very content on who we are, and we've had no big, I'd say, life
changing
events.
No, definitely not. I mean, you had your boobs done. That was 2000. A lot happened in 2015, didn't it?
Do we like to talk about how naturally fake I am?
The reason I got onto that was I was thinking about life-changing events. I was thinking normally someone's ill, or you lose a leg in a motorbike crash or something along those lines.
No, Kate had her boobs done.
Yeah, but I was thinking about surgery.
Oh, okay.
Like, so have we had any operations and stuff? And we haven't, have we? Apart from you've had your knockers done. I remember, funny story.
Could you please not call them that? That is...
Funny story.
I had a breast augmentation.
That's what I said.
No.
When you had your tits done.
Okay.
When you had your breast augmentated.
Yes.
I remember you couldn't move for 2 weeks. And I took 2 weeks off work because we had a young child at the time. Again,
she was only one.
One, yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to be around. You couldn't lift, you couldn't get something out of a cupboard or anything like that. And I was making myself busy around the house, and I decided to paint the fascias and soffits. They were wooden ones out the back of the house.
I was very helpful that day.
You was. So I said to you, Kate, I need you to foot the ladder. And you was like, well, I can't really stand here. I said, that's fine. I'll put the ladder up. I'll put a chair in front of it. Sit there, read your book. I'll scoot up the ladder, paint as much as I can reach, come back down. I'll move your chair, scoot the ladder over, put your chair back and go. And I remember I was up there painting these fascias and soffits, like whistling to myself like a proper builder. And I looked down and you were wandering around the garden. And I don't like heights anyway. I'm like, Kate, get back on the chair. You're like, what? I'm like, that's why you're out here. You got to sit on the chair, stop the ladder sliding.
I just can't. My brain, honestly, the older I'm getting... Please don't talk about my age. But my brain is becoming more and more like, I'm just crazy.
I've noticed 2 things about you with age.
Brilliant. Here we go.
The first is you started shrinking.
Okay.
You've started shrinking.
Are you being like Mr. Twit, where he includes...
You used to be the same height as me.
No.
And now what you do is you measure yourself against the children up against the door frames, because they've started overtaking you. Now, you're not sure whether you're shrinking or they're overtaking, but their marks don't change. Yours just gets lower.
You are 100% doing a twits on me. You are raising everything.
Right. So that's number 1.
And I have always been 5'8". Always been 5'8", until the doctor told me that I wasn't 5'8", and I'm only 5'7". As you can imagine, I was not impressed.
So you shrunk an inch?
Yes. But I think I might have measured myself wrong, or someone just told me that I was 5'8", and then it just stuck. It's like, yep.
Someone just wandering down the road. Oh, you look at 5'8".
Yeah, I think that's what. I don't know where I got 5'8" from. Well, anyway, I'm not. I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
So that's not little.
Okay.
Would you say that was little?
I think you're perfectly in proportion.
Oh. With a good set of boobs.
What about that? Eh? Perfectly in proportion.
You are very kind.
What was the second thing that I was going to say?
I don't know, that I'm aging disgracefully.
No,
or something.
not at all.
Something about my age.
Since you turned 45, you've had a really good glow up.
Oh, wow.
Like for the last 2 years now, like you've been like glowing up massively. Like you turned 47 in September, didn't you? The 17th.
I cannot bear you talking about my age.
Sorry, that was a secret. I'll edit it out. It's fine.
I am not 47. If everyone goes on my socials, which our socials are open, you can find our socials all over Instagram. I have just celebrated a huge milestone for me. I am 40. I absolutely love.
For the last 7
40.
years, you've been having a 40th birthday party. I can't believe people are still falling for it.
1985.
Anyway.
You are so
We're up to date and I'm itching to get into the juicy stuff.
Are you? Okay. Itching. You can't. We're holding back. But we are up to date. So this is us now. We have been non-monogamous for 8 years. 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. We can never, ever...
We don't agree on timelines, do we? But
we
you just said it's 2015. That's
Well,
when
that's when
started.
we moved into the house.
So was it 2016 then?
So
or
I
17?
think it was around 16, 17
mark.
It's the house.
It was one of the summers.
Yeah, it was one of the summers.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves.
So we've brought ourselves up to 2016 stroke 17.
With the fun stuff. But yes, we've been non-monogamous now for 8 years. We are extremely happy. We live a very fulfilled, loving,
Liberated.
wonderful, free, consensual marriage. Yeah. So
I've enjoyed this.
yeah, it's been good.
I'm surprised how quick it's gone. What we've been on 30 odd minutes or so far.
Yeah. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
I like this. I think it's going to be the one.
Mrs. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis.
See you on the other side.
See you soon, babes.